to apologize. My love mother the spring. Yeah. I would like to apologize for last week. Basically, the job I do, the office had basically something happen, and I had to. It was just crazy, and I had to stay that Thursday extra long, so I was just too tired to do a show last week. But again, I would like to thank the people for the show before last week. The Thursday before the last one, Black Man Stand Up. Thank y'all, because again, I got some good views on all the different platforms on YouTube. Remember, you could check us out, and you could check out the backlog on two places so far, which is Project Over Mike on YouTube or on Rumble. Rumble, Project Over Mike on Rumble.com. Now, of course, if you want to catch any other places, again, we are all over the place. Any place that has a podcast, we're there. You catch us. If you see this symbol, like I always say, if you see this symbol, you know you're at the right spot. Cause we are on. If you have a place that has a description, there's a link tree in the description. You can click on that if that want to be your preferred platform. We're on Amazon Podcast. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on excuse me. We're on Facebook. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on Nico New Now, Tempo FM. Like I said, any place you think we could get Rumble, Locals, we're there. So again, I want to thank y'all for joining us. And again, apologize for last week because again, I was too tired from something that happened in the day at work. So tonight's show is a show that I want to talk about, basically talking about the BS that is going to be coming to next week Tuesday. So next week Tuesday is going to be voting day. That's election day. We have basically at this point right now, they said that about 59 million people already voted. Now, I want to point out something here for people so they can understand this. Even though I speak what I speak, I'll say clearly so people can understand that. Even the people in the background, or in the back, I don't tell you. I will tell you what to. I have no problem telling people what to vote for, but I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. That's your choice. Your decision. You see what I put out. If you understand it and you don't like it, okay. But I'm not going to tell you to vote for. You vote who you want to vote for. That's not my decision to you. But I could give you information and facts on what's going on. And yeah, I lean to what I know what I lean to. I have a bias. You have a bias. Everybody has a bias. There's no such thing as unbiased. So because again, for me, as soon as I hear somebody says, "Oh, I'm unbiased," I'm like my ears tinkle. I'm like, "Oh, I'm about to hear some BS." But again, tonight, everybody knows me. I always bring my receipts to show you what's going on in the world. So I'm gonna touch on a couple of things quickly, then get into the show proper. So here's one of so we saw it. President Trump, of course, did the McDonald's thing, which worked out pretty good as a stunt. Yes, it was. People were like, oh, it's a stunt. He didn't really argue McDonald's. No, I don't think he filled out a full W like a W4 form and say, hey, I want to be working at McDonald's. No, it was a stunt. Of course, it was a stunt. Who did not know that? But it was a good one. That's the thing. Now, another thing is, the whole garbage situation that happened on Madison. First of all, the news media. I had a clip that we're gonna play how bad the news media is, but I'm not even gonna go play now because the news media is bad. If you want to check out stuff, I always say go to Ground News. Go there. They will help you out. You feel what's left, what's right, what's your blind spot. That's the best part about Ground News is the blind spot. I'm endorsing them, but I'm not getting paid for them. This is unpaid advertisement. But Ground News, check it out. That's a good place to go. All right. Another thing is the whole garbage situation that people are making a big fuss about. Yes, with the joke, a little off color in the Madison Square Garden with Trump did a rally. Yeah, maybe. Okay. But one of the things I'm going to talk about tonight, which is a major part of tonight's show, is your local government is very important. You guys need to figure out who you're voting for. Straight, again, I hate down ballot tickets. I'm a straight Democrat. Oh, I'm gonna do straight Republican. I'm gonna tell this to people, and even people I love. If you vote straight Republican and straight Democrat, that is that's not that's not helping the situation. We can't complain. Oh, we hate the politicians, but then we don't figure out what they're for. It's kind of like a stupid thing to argue about. I get that. Because I can tell you right now, going honest truth, when I'm ready to go vote Tuesday, I'm gonna vote some Republicans. There's gonna be a little bit of Democrats in there. I'm not gonna lie, and they're gonna be a little bit libertarian because I'm looking at the judges. I'm looking at the state attorney, all that stuff. I'm looking at all those things other than just Trump and Biden and the Senate race and Congress race. I'm gonna look at other stuff that affects me locally. And with the thing with the truth, which I've done this video multiple times, and you can go look this up. Look this up yourself. Go to I don't want to say, go to Puerto Rico and go Google YouTube, Google it, where when the hurricanes hit Puerto Rico and also hit other islands, sadly, how they don't have the same problems as Puerto Rico has because Puerto Rico has been badly managed by local government, and you people keep by Puerto Ricans. Again, I have a Puerto Rican friend who's gonna vote for the first time, and she ain't voting for no Kamala Harris. I'll tell you that because her husband got killed by an illegal. But again, and her kids. But um, seriously, like even she knows this about her own island. The government, you guys vote in the most stupidest people to run y'all country. That's the problem. How the heck St. Martin got destroyed by one of the two hurricanes at the same time in 2017, but don't have this trash problem as Puerto Rico, which is way bigger and has way more money and set up. Barbuda got a direct hit by one of the hurricanes, and they don't have this problem. The local and Barbuda got a direct hit. I mean, you can't get no directer hit than Barbuda. Now, yes, Hurricane Maria did cut straight through Puerto Rico. All right, I give you that. But seriously, that I know that because again, I went down there and helped people. I went and literally helped people during that storm. Hurricane Maria and the storm before that after I forgot what it was. Two big storms that plagued 2017. I went down there and did sweat and tears. I mean, not blood, sweat, and tears, but I went down there with helped out, put my own money, raised up my own money, went down there with masks and everything, cleaning out people's houses from mold, taking the most coldest shower because there was no power. Basically, when I came back to America, for the first time I ever had I got a flu. Like I was on the streets seeing this stuff, but then they shipped water to y'all, and your local government didn't ship the water to y'all. They gave baby formula, diapers, stuff for y'all, and until 2 years later, when an earthquake happened, y'all found out that the local government, hide those same things from you. And now, since 2017, there's been a trash problem in Puerto Rico, and nobody has fixed it. Nobody, none, not at all. And you see celebrities get upset. Oh, how dare you say that about? How about you go down there and y'all got millions of dollars? Hell, I raised a million to help people. You guys got millions of dollars. How about put $2, $3 million if it was me? I'm just saying, put $2, $3 million and find a way to build an incinerator, take up the trash, do something. Nah, we can't do that. You get, oh, heavens forfend that I have that you talk bad about my country. I can talk bad about my country. I don't, and because I've been in my country of Nevis that I was born and raised at, and I lived there, and I went back there a couple of times, including this year. I went back there twice. I see some stupid stuff happening there, but I can't. I like other people who want to go there and vote and all this stuff. I don't live there, so I'm not gonna do that. I live in America, but that's me having a thing called a conscience. God, God forbid, in that regard. So we have. So he had that, and I gotta give it. I sorry, I gotta give it to the old president. He jumped on that very quick when Joe Biden said that Trump supporters was garbage and whatever, and he went up there and got in his truck, got his vest on, and I can't argue. That is good. That's good trolling. That is good trolling. Let's see what happens out of it and go from there. Now I said, now here's what I said about this. Local is more important. All right. I wanted to go to my DMV license offices today to pay to get not my inspection, my registration renewed. I left work a little early and I was thinking, okay, all right, I'll do that. Head there. Come to find out on the sign, they were closed. A random Thursday, they were closed. And I'm like, wait, why are y'all closed on a random Thursday? This makes no sense. This is where our money goes to. And like I talked to a person too that was thinking, a lot of people need to understand you pay a lot of money in taxes to these people, and they could take random days off. They get paid for stuff. You gotta work on, you gotta work on, like you gotta work on Juneteenth and Christopher Columbus Day, but government gets off. I I'm not a fan of that kind of nonsense. Okay, that's why I am a if I'll tell this to anybody out there, and most people don't vote because again they don't understand that. No new taxes. Every tax, I don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat. Stop taxing yourself because people are always people like, oh, we need taxes for the schools. We need. There's enough money for the schools. There's enough money for the roads. There's enough money for everything. We pay them. We pay the government a lot of money, and they waste a lot of money. Early this year, I said, I can't believe. I said when Bi- not early this year. Let's go back. 2020. I said if Joe Biden gets into office, I have two videos on this too. In the office, we're gonna get to be about knowing how Joe Biden's gonna spend money. We're gonna be $32 trillion in debt. In debt,
What?
$32 trillion in debt in the United States. Well, come to find out of all the predictions I made, 'cause I made a predictions on it, I was wrong. Early this year, we got up to $35 trillion in debt.
What? What the fuck?
And now, because early this year, in the next in 3 months we spent $1 trillion. You know what it is now? By the end of the year, we are. It's not even in the year right now. Right now, I will go and let me show you. This is what I'm talking about. So we spend $15 trillion like that in 4 years. Are you flipping kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. Now we are on we are on set by the end of the year to get through another $36 trillion.
NANI?
35 we're spending like crazy. We're spending like we ain't got no sense. And it's going to mess us up. We need to that's why I'm like, hey, let us Department of Education, bye. We don't need you. A lot of the Department of Security, the Homeland Security, all that stuff, that could be willed down for dang sure. Okay? Because there's so many branches of that doesn't do nothing. As I said before, if I could have run for president and won, the first thing I would say is every department in the government, 30% off the rip. I don't care, Congress, Senator, Department of Education, which I would rather get rid of that, but all the department, 30% off the rip. I don't care, goes towards a debt. And everybody else will have to do it every year because the people will not like me because I'll be a 4-year term. But every year we take 30% off and pay towards our debt, and the rest, and you work with the rest of the money you have, department of whatever it needs to be department. Off the rip, you gain that because we're wasting money. We're spending money frivolously, as you can see with the debt clock I have up there. It's ridiculous. This is frivolous spending of money. We I work hard for my money. You work hard for your money. Your mom, your dad, like we work hard for our money. And for the government to just waste the money like this for stupid nonsense, paying people who don't even do half the work or any work at all, I hate that. I don't like that. It is trash. You telling me, Puerto Rico, you get all this money from your people and you cannot fix and clean up your own trash system in Puerto Rico? Yeah, that's a problem. That's a big, big problem. And what people need to understand again, when you do your taxes in April at the end of the year, you pay more taxes. Okay? You pay way more taxes than you let on. Every bill you pay has a tax to it. Your water bill, your phone bill, your electric bill, your mortgage, your rent. It has a bill. Property taxes. You got to pay that. Vehicle tax. You got to pay that. Food tax. You got to pay that most. Federal tax for those who, federal tax, of course, and state income tax for certain states. And then all states don't have that, but some majority of states do. Income tax. You combine all that kind of money, you pay nearly 20, 60, $30,000. Oh no, yes, I forgot. I want to point this out too. For the again, I have a phrase I call people are stupid, individuals smart. All right, I gotta talk about this in the ads, and it's only coming from one side, so I gotta debunk it. Sorry, but I got to. All right, I gotta debunk it. It's annoying to me. It really is. So what happened is this. All right, you see it on the screen. I need people to let's use our brains here, because a lot of people is hitting me with the whole, um, well, you. I've listened to I've listened to a lot of political campaigns, and I don't give a crap about the whole misinformation, disinformation, all that stuff. It's called lying. That's all it is. I don't care. That's what it is. You ain't gonna insult me. Just like when I hear about this stuff, I myself, I take do not really, right? When it comes to other people, I do not care about your abortion like that. I know I'm a Christian. I'm supposed to save life and other stuff. I do care about that, but I cannot be with you 24/7 to make you make your decisions right. You're gonna be judged for who you be judged to God. So you want to go kill your baby? Go ahead. And again, I could point them. You will go to the CDC and check it, and Pew and all that stuff to check this out. 90% of abortions are out of convenience or as a birth control. It's not because the mother was in trouble, because I have no problem with that. For 100% got a problem with that. Or I got a problem if a woman got raped. No, that's bad. It's her decision still. But if she says no, I 100% agree with that lady, because that is a horrible thing to happen to a female. Horrible thing to happen to a female. All right. But I would not ever, ever call abortion reproductive rights, because it's not reproductive. Reproductive means to reproduce. That's not what that is. Abortion is abortion. Let's just leave it at that. Be careful of what these daggone people are trying to change the words. That's what a lot of Democrats and the people on the left likes to do. They like to change the words. Again, phobia used to mean an irrational fear of something. Now they got transphobia and homophobia and all that stuff. I do not. I know people who are gay. I know people who are gay. If a person comes up to me, oh well, I'm a lesbian. I'm a lesbian. I'm a thing, because I know friends like that, or homosexual, and they're like, oh, touch me and stuff like that. I don't like. Oh my god, I don't know. Like if it was a spider, and I'm like, and oh my god, I just go crazy. No, nobody has that fear. Nobody has that. But y'all changed the word in the dictionary to mean that nonsense. Not happening. I'm not transphobic. I'm not homophobic. I'm not none of that phobic. I don't have a rational fear of gay, trans, Latino, xenophobia. I have none of those fears, because that's not I don't have a rational fear of none of that stuff. Anybody, any person, no matter what sex, culture, whatever, that's good, I'm with you. If you're evil, I'm not with you. That's why I always say on the end of the show as well too. Evil comes in all um shape, color, height, gender, race, nationality, religion. Many of evil is evil. There are evil Christians out there. There are evil Buddhists out there. There are evil women out there. There are evil men out there. The evil black men, evil black women, white women, black women, green women, Indian, Asian women, Middle Eastern women. They're evil of all these things, but they're all good of all these things. I stand with good period, good people, period. If you want to be a jerk or whatever, I just move on. But I want to talk about this before we get into proper, which is me, and I apologize for that. Which is this right here. So let me do this, because this is just stupid. So in the commercials, they have this stuff. Well, Kamala Trump is giving taxes and stuff for the billionaires and his billionaire friends and all this stuff. Okay, whatever. I don't care about that one. The one I care about is when they're saying about, oh, it's crazy that we pay more money in taxes than the billionaires.
What? What the fuck?
Y'all crazy. I ain't so. Let me help you out how the tax system is. Okay, this is the simple version so you can understand it. For all my C and D students in the back, and don't get me wrong, I was a I was a C student back in middle school, but I got up to an A when I was into college. But hey, let me help you out for the people in the back. Okay. Yes, A lot of people who are billionaires or make a lot of money, they get a in most cases, and the way the tax code right now on the, you know, because again, if Kamala wins, the tax rate is gonna go crazy and it's gonna hurt a lot of people. People don't know that because they don't understand. They really do not understand economics. And again, I've done shows about simple economics that people don't know, literally. And you might hear a clip from one about right now, which I'm gonna, hopefully I can get it on the air. So they pay a lower tax rate, yes, but they pay, they need to pay the fair share, but they pay way more share. Anybody that makes, I think they said like, well, I'm trying to go off from memory. If I'm wrong, I'll take it that I was wrong. But I think they said about 90% of the taxes paid in America are people who are, who makes about over $80,000. And then we go further, further, further. The billionaires pay way more taxes than ever. The corporations pay way more taxes than we have. Everybody like, oh, corporation tax agree. Can it be manipulative in some places? Yes. But like I said, here's the simple thing. So if you so basically like 60 when Trump was in office itself, they were paying like 16%. A lot of the high earners, the billionaires, as they said. So let me get this straight. So let's just say somebody makes 80 million a year. All right. 80 million a year times they're paying basically 120 million. If by using that 15% tax rate. I'm giving you the lowest number. But if so they're paying that much money. But for a person like me who make 80,000, and I get taxed at a higher rate, which is true. I'm not in most cases, so I'm not gonna say that. But let's go to the highest number. I'm not getting taxed at this rate, but the highest number you get taxed at the rate. So that'll be 35%. That's $20,000. $12 million is way more than $28,000. So that person who makes 80 million a year is giving up $12 million a year, while I'm paying $28,000 a year. Just in my situation, that's still messed up. But again, so don't let them fool you with simple numbers. They pay way more than I would ever pay in my lifetime. I would never pay 12 million dollars in my life that if I was making 680 100 maybe $200,000 a year. Ain't no way I'll pay what that person matches up in their lifetime either. So let's put common sense back into it, man. Was triple my friend of the show triple say simple sense. All right. Again, local elections matter. Please make sure you understand what you're doing with your local elections. All right. Let's get into the show proper. So tonight, and if I get out quick enough, I might read a couple y'all a couple of the comments. Because right now we at 29,555 and it's rising up. Thank y'all for giving me your time, people, and listen to what I have to say again. This show is broadcast worldwide. And like I said before, if you have a description with this video, there's a link tree down there. Use whatever link you want to hit to broadcast or rebroadcast or share, like, go to YouTube and you'll see Project Open Mic. Or again, if you're on Facebook, same thing and everything. All right. So let me go into this situation I want to talk about. First of all, I want to talk about a situation. I've done this. I've done this in the past. I've shown this about this. We will see what happened in November next week. It's gonna be crazy. You're gonna Google Gaga, but they already have problems going on already. All right. Let's do a simple one.
Sierra Madre, just weeks before the November 5th election, a stack of ballots in a storm drain.
As Eyewitness News reporter Sid Garcia tells us, it's a reminder to contact your registrar of voters if your ballot doesn't show up in the mail.
I'll say it. Jason Ace was doing some landscape work at his Sierra Madre home Saturday when he saw something strange in the storm drain next to his house. Nearly a dozen mail-in ballots. He says he got on his hands and knees and started scooping them out and noticed the addresses were from his Arcadian neighbors a block away.
And of course, we're trained here to keep stuff out of the storm drain. So I got down on my hands and knees and dug around a little bit and started pulling it out. And I pulled out a bunch of junk mail and Ralph's ads and Aldi, and these ballots were mixed in with the junk mail.
What is that? What is that?
Oh, so ballots are just being there and stuff like that. I am for let's take away Christopher Columbus there. A lot of Italians will be angry. I don't care. But I'm sorry. I'm serious. November 5th, which is it comes around every 4 years or every 2 years. Let's do that. November 5th, the second whatever the Tuesday for voting, that should be a national holiday. I'm serious. That I could see it being a national holiday so people could vote. You want to stay off and I don't want to vote? That's your choice. But that should be a national holiday. But as a friend would say, so there you go. Ballots just in a storm drain. As the old saying go, wait, but there's more.
Right now, take a look at some of this video, though. Okay, so this is what we know, according to the Associated Press. Authorities, including the FBI, were investigating today after early morning fires were set in ballot drop boxes in Portland, Oregon, and in nearby Vancouver, Washington, where hundreds of ballots were destroyed there. Now, the Portland Police Bureau reported officers and firefighters responded to a fire in one ballot drop box. This was around 3:30 in the morning. They determined an incendiary device had been placed inside. Now, the Multnomah County Elections Director, his name, Tim Scott, he said a fire suppressant inside of the drop box protected nearly all the ballots. Only 3 of them were damaged, and his office planned to contact those voters to help them obtain replacement ballots. Now, a few hours later, though, I want to put up some new video here. Take a look at this. Across the Columbia River in Vancouver, TV crews captured footage of smoke pouring out of a ballot box at a transit center. Vancouver is the biggest city in Washington's 3rd congressional district, the site of what is expected to be one of the closest U.S. House races in the country between first-term Democratic Congresswoman Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez and Republican challenger Joe Kent. This is a rematch from 2022 here. Yeah, even more video we have. Let's take it there, you see. Now, officials held a news conference after authorities said these early morning fires were set in these ballot drop boxes in both Portland, Oregon, and nearby Vancouver, Washington, where hundreds of ballots were destroyed here. And in this press conference, authorities do believe that these 2 incidents are related, are connected. Let's listen.
I'm going to take...
No, the heck I won't. Are you crazy? No, we ain't.
And again, we collected it through the Metro Explosive Disposal Unit. These incidents are similar in nature. No one was injured in any of these incidents. We're working with our partners across the river here in Portland and sharing information with our federal law enforcement partners in hopes of bringing this to a successful conclusion. Question.
So we have random ballots just in a storm drain. It's not when it's supposed to be in different places. And then we just have ballot boxes that's just gained, which only the blue state would think of this nonsense. What the hell do you have a ballot box, just a random ballot box out there just to I would have second guessed that from the get go. Wait, I'm gonna put a ballot in a paper in a box. It's supposed to be a secure thing, and then anybody could do anything. Like, how about fire? Not only fire, they could just take a truck and rip it out of the ground. They could knock it over the bulldozer. This is a stupid idea. This is why I am more for. I have no problem if people want to vote early. I think it should be a week before. Like this week right here should be only for early voting, and then that's it. No more than a week. That's it. No more than that. Technically speaking, if I wanted to be true, I wanted it to be like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, if I have to be honest. Okay? But to be honest, that's a stupid idea. This is a stupid idea. They already don't start this nonsense. And people will, I saw a lot of people say, well, these are just ballot boxes only in blue states. Here's the problem. And this is why I said, again, going back to what I said earlier, local elections are more important. Yes, they're in blue states. Are they going to vote for Kamala Harris 100%? Yeah. Is she going to win those states? Yes. But you see, when you go to counties, you find out there's a lot more red than blue in most counties. The states, the cities overwhelm the counties because they got millions and millions of people in the city. What the problem is these are ballot boxes getting burned up in red counties. So that already done
NANI?
set up the signal flags. So these are people destroying ballots in red counties so they don't got to count because they want to turn the red counties in the blue state blue. And this is, again, local elections. You got to do nothing with presidential elections, whatever, because, again, Washington State and Oregon is going to go for Kamala. California is going to go towards Kamala.
Good afternoon, Assistant Chief Amanda McMillan, Portland Police. Just a couple quick comments, and then we'll take questions at the end. We really just want to acknowledge the heightened emotion around this event as we build up to the election. We're acutely aware going into the election how folks are feeling, and then events like this with the damage at the ballot boxes. Just want to emphasize that we're dedicated to work collaboratively with all of our partners here, federal partners, the county, Vancouver PD, and the Sheriff's Office working to resolve these cases. We do have an investigator working the leads in this case. We don't know the motive behind these acts. It sounds like a series of 3 at this point. But we do know that acts like this are targeted and they're intentional. And we're concerned about that intentional act trying to affect the election process. We're dedicated to stopping that kind of behavior, and we're working toward that today. Finally, I just wanted to end with, it is an active investigation. We're following up on the leads that we developed, and we're going to have additional information I think Mike's going to share with us here later today. There's a limited amount of information that we can share because it's an ongoing investigation. So I just wanted to say thank you all for coming out. We really appreciate you being here and sharing what we're doing to resolve these. Thank you.
Okay, so now you're seeing it. Yeah, they're just going up there and just destroying that. Again, I'll get in the comment section a little later on, just to hit some of these, of course, these points. All right. So with that said, let's also go. I want to go to another thing, local stuff is going to happen to you. All right. But I wanna give a shot. I wanna let some people talk about some stuff, and how some of these voters feel about what's going on. Because again, I did do a video talking about this last time, in the last podcast, but let's see what a lot of black voters are thinking now. Because the thing that killed me, and again, remember, I am a libertarian. I've never been a Republican. I'm a former Democrat. The second term of Obama, I did not vote for him for the second term. I voted for a libertarian for the first time in that for Gary Johnson, because I couldn't vote for Mitt Romney, and I definitely could not vote for Barack Obama, even though I voted for Barack Obama the first time. So again, I've never registered as a Republican. So listen to what I gotta say. A lot of these blue states, a lot of these blue cities, been run by Democrats for years, unabated. So it's kind of weird how people say, "Oh, this is how Trump is doing this to a black." Chicago's been run by Democrats for a long time. Maryland run by Democrats for a long time. New York, same thing as well too. Yes, you had an independent governor, and when you had a Republican governor, yes, is he a crazy man now? Yes, Giuliani's crazy, but he cleaned up a lot of New York in the 90s up to early 2000s. Go figure, that worked. But a lot of these cities are run by Democrats for years, and a lot of y'all don't see no difference. So it's kind of weird. Philly is another one. Pennsylvania, that's what my thinking is. You're gonna hate the Republicans, okay? But it's been Democrats running these cities all the time. Well, let's listen in.
I believe Trump is going to win because, first off, when people say bad things about him, where does that affect us down here? That doesn't affect our neighborhoods. It has never affected our neighborhoods. We don't even get to see half the things that go on that level.
We know that he's going to win because he is the best for America. He's worried about our economy.
The crime is high. Yes. The violence is high. The schools are bad. Yes. We can go on and on.
Exactly. And he going to say a very important thing like I just stated right there.
Democrats have been in charge for 40 years.
They've been in charge for how many? How many, Mr. Haitian guy? Let's play that again.
What Democrats have been in charge for 40 years.
And that's the part that always puzzles my brain. It's like, huh? Again, look at California. And then y'all want Gavin Newsom, which we'll get to. You want that man to run for the president of the United States. Look what California has been done. They've been run by Democrats. They got power blackouts. They got smog. They don't take care of the forest for half of because they take the money from the forestry and put it for crap. They got people literally pissing and crapping in the streets. You got needles. You have the plague there. You have robotic plague there. You got literally have an app in San Francisco to watch out for the poop because they gotta give people money to wash poop off the street, human fecal off the street. The crime is bad. They have bad water management because people are telling them for the longest time, make more reservoirs. And what happened? They don't make reservoirs. So now water, if you build a house out there, you need to drill a well. My house cost $500,000. A little bit more than that now, but yeah. To build a well, I know it because I know people who live in California. I know a friend of mine, associate, I would say. I ain't gonna say friend, but I know associate. He built a house for his family up there. He had to drill a well. It cost him $300,000 for a well because they are not taking care of their water correctly. That's crazy. That's a lot of money. Apologize for coughing, but That's a lot of money. And that's why that was like, wait, let me get this straight. Let me use my brain that God has given me. That place is run badly. They're billions of dollars in debt. The infrastructure is crap. And I want the people who run the country.
What?
That's crazy. I'm not doing that. If you think I would want that person to run the country,
allow yourself to slowly get, you're freaking crazy!
Basically.
We're voting. Now, can we go back a little bit? Can we go back to my man right here? Now, I don't know about y'all, but I heard a Haitian accent. I just worry about the wife. It's noise. It doesn't make a difference.
The school are bad. We can go on and on. Where Democrats have been in charge for 40 years.
We're voting for Donald Trump unequivocally. Period. No one else is going to persuade us. We 2 weeks out, and we won't sleep until November the 6th.
So you know who you're voting for?
Yes, I'm voting for Trump, definitely.
Tell me why.
He's more strong-minded in a way. He's focused on what we got to focus on. Like, he doesn't play. That's what I respect about him.
He doesn't play?
Yeah, he doesn't play. He always just stands for what he believes, and he doesn't go back. No matter how many people are bashing him, no matter people is criticizing him, nothing.
He doesn't take BS. He's not going to hear it. He's a businessman. He's not there for the fluff talk of politics. We need someone strong. We need someone who's going to get down to business and take care of what this country needs.
I'll say this too, because I saw a video where a person said it was a woman. This is a woman saying this now. A black woman saying this. I can find the video and show you, but I'm just surmising. This a black woman said this. She said, "You think I want see how Kamala Harris, which she never answers a question straight, is a word salad." She said, "Kamala Harris, you think Kamala Harris is going to talk to Xi Jinping and Putin this way?" He said, "Oh, well, yeah." She was talking to a black man who's on that side. I'm like, I'm with the black woman too. Are you crazy? Xi Jinping wouldn't give a again when Trump was in office. This is a fact. We know that there were no wars. Did he attack people? Yes, but there was no wars because they know. Oh crap! Let's not mess with stuff. We have 3 wars on the current administration right now. And the dumb part about it, because Kamala did go to her Twitter, you saw she posted it. You can see she posted it. We're giving money to Israel. We're giving money to Palestine. We're giving money to Lebanon.
What?
Why are we giving money to both sides of the war? That's stupid. That's wasted money. You don't want to give money to Israel? Okay, but don't give money to them, to Palestine and to Lebanon when Hamas is basically killing people. And yes, people, I feel bad for the Palestinian people, but you're surrounded by Hamas who wants to do horrible stuff, and they use you all as human shields. So sorry. I'll say it before, I'll say it again. If somebody is in the hospital and is shooting missiles to my house and I gotta protect my family, I'm going to shoot back and take out the hospital. It's kind of funny how all these schools are hospital, Palestine has all these schools are hospital. Like, wow, that's a lot of school hospital per capita. When every time the news comes on to make this crap up. And a lot of these young student kids, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't. They just hear stuff from their professors or whatever, and that's what it is. I feel for the people, but Hamas, I don't feel for it. Those Hamas and them is basically...
You piece of loser.
Okay? That's what it is.
But also understands what the community needs.
The thing is, we were scared in the beginning because he said he's going to nuke Korea and he's going to nuke Iran, but he didn't do that.
Exactly.
He didn't do that. The stock market went up.
There were more. Up pretty high right now, too.
Yeah, stock market is up high very now. Yeah, for a lot of tech companies, whatever. But it's still hurting regular people, though.
Well, you know, but the thing is, there was really, because there was no inflation.
You know, what's funny is that the reporters try to like chime in and say, well, the market's up right now. Everything's all right. Are you trying to like help Kamala here? Like, really, you shouldn't be giving your 2 cents at all. Am I debating you? What's going on? Just ask me the question and let me answer it. That'd be pretty much how I go about it. Now, we got a lot more from this particular segment, but .org. And we're back. Now, in this segment, we're going to see how women feel about Kamala. Check it out.
Feelings, and let me start with the women here about Kamala Harris.
She's a woman of color. I'm not putting her down because of that, and I'm not putting her down because she's a woman. I'm not a feminist, so I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I don't think that she has the personality. I don't think that she has what it takes to go up against Putin and go up against these other presidents that are built for this. I don't want to be scared because my president is scared. I want my president to feel secure and manly and about it.
So you heard that, secure, manly, about it. What that means to me is that she doesn't want to vote for a woman, regardless of person of color, black, Indian.
And that was not the woman I was talking about, but anyway.
White, whatever Kamala identifies as today.
Up gender, right? Like, do you think it matters that she's a woman and people aren't comfortable having a woman in a top leadership role?
No, I don't think that, because most men, they love their mothers. They love their wives. So as a woman, most men, they respect the woman. But she just don't have the qualification or the education to really run America. Because
I think she has the education. She's an educated person. She just doesn't have the how should I call it? The hamster in the wheel is not running at full speed in there.
she don't have the experience. She don't understand our struggles. And for me to believe you for another 4 years, you're crazy. Like, you're crazy. You're saying the same thing that you said 4 years ago.
So the fact that she's the vice president
That's
to
just
you
the
is
bottom line.
You're like, you've been here, you've had a chance.
Yes. Well, for me, the
like the thing is, the vice president, it'd make sense to elect the vice president again if the president did a good job. But that's not what's happening right now. So we got a bad economy. People are struggling. You got the illegal aliens running over the place, crime going crazy, drugs going crazy, gun violence going crazy. You got all that kind of stuff going on. So I'm going to vote for that again. Why? It doesn't make any sense, especially when the previous person did not have all that kind of stuff in their administration.
Very first time I ever heard the name Kamala Harris, it was in association to locking up parents for truancy. That
which I did two shows. I think it's episode 41, 48. I did a show, 149. Sorry, 149. I did that. That's in the show when that woman got locked up, and her daughter, because her daughter had sickle cell, and now she had a stroke because part of her body, because of what Kamala did. And she pointed out that was Kamala did. And we didn't understand what she's doing. She knew what she's doing. I get it that she wanted to stop truancy for certain kids and everything so they don't be in drugs. I get that. But when somebody follow everything that you said I should do, she gave doctor's notice. The school know that her child had sickle cell. She know that the child was in the hospital. All that stuff. They know that, but they still arrest the woman, and they put it on the front news page. She lost her job. Of course, like I said, the girl now she's 22 years old now. She's paralyzed. She got partial paralyzed in her arm and her leg because of what happened. Because she thinks, like I said in that video, it's hard to take, because she said, I thought, she's like, I thought, I know it's not my fault, but I feel it's my fault. To do that to a child is despicable in my personal thinking. I'm sorry.
was the first time I ever heard of her name. And I really didn't understand how this person claims to be a black woman, but yet she's locking up black women and black men and separating families.
This is the thing that is, Trump talks about this a lot. He says, Kamala Harris became black when it was convenient.
Right. Yeah.
Can Can you talk to me about, do you agree with him on that? Do you feel like she's wearing her blackness?
Absolutely. She's sworn into when she sworn to the Senate, it was as the first Indian American.
Thank you.
Which is, it's fine. We don't care.
We all know she's not black. Let's understand that. We are all clear of that. But my point of view, and like I told you earlier, she's already been there. She's in office right now.
Wow, very good. Hey, shout out to y'all. I gotta give y'all a round of applause here. A round of applause because that was great. You talking to real black people, reporter lady, not
exactly. Exactly. That's what it is. That's what it is. And you know what? Another thing that is kind of crazy about this too is that people are just, how should I say, understanding that situation. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Just because her father is born Jamaican, that doesn't mean that he's black. And I don't care about her color. I do not care about her color. But she ain't black. That's just what it is. Her mother was Indian. Her father was Indian. And her father is a mixture of Indian and a white man. Who the white man was a slave owner. Slave owners. And even that, I don't care. But just because you're born in a country, like I said, I'm black. I'm from Nevis. Most of my countrymen are black. But there are Hispanics there. There are people who are Hispanic there. There's white Nevisians, Hispanic Nevisians. There's different ethnicity, different color. But they're Nevisian. They're born there.
With the idea of mass deportation, largely, you have criminals in this country who are destroying our nation. They're coming in here, getting earmarked bills and policies to open up businesses, get free housing, get access, easier access than those who are legally immigrated to this country to welfare and other benefits.
Amen, brother, because that's how I feel. I literally just had there was another time it was 2 weeks I didn't do a show, a couple weeks ago. It's because I had an appendicitis. So I had to take my appendix out. I was in that hospital the operation was, my wife said the operation was for about an hour. I was in the hospital for about 12 hours at the most because I was there just at the beginning before I get an operation or whatever. Just to do appendicitis, which is something that's simple. We used to cost not that much money back a long time ago before the Obamacare system effed the system up. It is the affordable health care effed the system way beyond what it needs to be. It's hard to repair. It needs to repair. But anyway, I digress from that point. I have to pay. That operation was $41,000.
What the fuck?
$41,000. Now here's the thing. I have insurance. And even with insurance, I have to pay now $13,000.
What?
And I like how the hospital was like, oh, well, you got 30. Yes, $30 you can pay that. I was like, no, I don't have a cheap used car money laying around in the house. I have savings, all kind of stuff, and I'm gonna work it out. But that's crazy. But a lot of illegals come over here and then they get food, they get housing, and they don't gotta pay a lot of medical bills, but we gotta pay medical bills even though we are doing it the right way. Sorry, I don't like that. I don't like that.
So, like, as a taxpayer, we have to pay for these guys to have luxuries of life.
Exactly.
And we don't get anything, especially Black Americans who've suffered so much in the system under Democrats. We don't get anything.
Exactly. Now, some are going to say, well, you shouldn't have your hand out. My thing is, listen, if I'm paying taxes, look, I'm an American. I pay a lot of money in taxes. If I'm paying taxes, why are my tax dollars going to illegal aliens instead of Americans? If they're going to go somewhere, it should be to Americans, not to the illegal aliens.
Exactly.
If we don't get handouts, then they don't get handouts. Especially not from our taxpayer money.
Yeah, Ukraine got over $200 billion now for their war. Sorry, boo-hoo, I got it. At first I understand, but now I don't, because again, Hawaii got a horrible thing. Have the FEMA done anything for the Hawaii people except for $750? And here they come with the same $750 for North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, West Virginia. And Mayorkas, who is the head of the department, he said we used up a lot of them. We used $1.4 billion that was supposed to go to FEMA. We used that money for illegals.
What? Holy Jesus. What is that? What is that?
We use the money for illegals, not for when a disaster happens, which always happens. Every year there's a hurricane season. Every year there's a fire season. Earthquakes, we don't know when they're ever going to happen. Tidal waves, we don't even know what's going to happen. Blizzards, it happens almost every, is it bad or good or whatever. But we do have a hurricane season and we do have a fire season for certain parts of the country. And FEMA just squandered the money like that? What kind of crap is that? That's why I want him out. I want him out. I don't want 4 more years of that bull crap.
I just wonder for anybody who heard that, like what they thought of that.
I was deeply offended. And it felt like a moment where it's like, you N-words better get in line and do what we say. And it felt like him as the czar of the Democratic Party coming down to say, go get these N-words in line. And the general tone of it was disgusting. It was abhorrent. I don't respect it. I didn't like nothing about it. And Kamala, 2 days after that, is like, we love our black men. We have programs and things that we're rolling out for them, and she rolled out policy.
Good cop, bad cop. You know, because...
Now, if you didn't hear that in the background, my man said good cop, bad cop. I remember saying the same thing because you got Obama trying to be the scolding daddy, trying to do all that to grown black men. Like, don't do that. I was really offended by that because what you're doing is you're infantilizing adult men because we're talking about voters, you're talking about adults that can vote. Children can't vote. Adults. I'm a full-grown man. I've been through a lot of things in my life. I'm not trying to hear this dude scold me. Give me some policy decision, okay? Like anybody else, like any other human being, give me some good policy. Tell me why I should vote for you from a policy point of view rather than trying to shame me and gaslight me into it. I'm getting triggered all over again, so
yeah, and I'll leave it at that for that situation. You're correct about that. So I want to... So again, I do not want nothing to happen next week, Tuesday. I don't want no riots and no craziness from the left or the right to happen next week, Tuesday. I'm not for it. I detest violence. I don't want that. All right? But I only did the ballot stuff to show you that they already done start doing bull crap already. Like they did last time. And again, there's a video I have, Straight No Chasers. No, Project Open Mic Special. You go on YouTube and find that, where they literally told you what happened in 2020. It was a Time Magazine article. You read that article or you watch that. The article's linked in the video, and I went through half of it because it was just, they gave you the game plan of how they messed up the elections last time. So we gotta, as Trump says, as Kamala, which what it is, we gotta make it too big to rig. Basically, that's what we need to do. All right. Now, I want to talk about this situation here, which is really offending me. Now, this right here, I'm gonna leave that for last. I'm gonna leave that for last. It needs to be. You need to be understand. But I want to talk about this part. You heard what you just said. The young black man said, "Oh my God, the illegals get all this stuff," and I'm calling them illegals. They migrants. They illegals. I'm sorry. No. If you come here and you are persecuted from something and you try to get away to protect yourself and family, I get that. Hey, come over, learn the language, because again, You go to any other country in this world, Germany, Russia, China, Japan, you gotta speak their language. They're not demographing it down for you. You go speak the language. And also, you could go check this out too. I had that clip ready, but I was like, I ain't gonna do it tonight. I'm trying to get this show into a a little bubble here because I want to do comments, a little comments in the end. But you could go and find out how many countries. New York Times posted this, which is weird that they posted this. How much when you hear people say, "But oh, if you get black what do you call it? If you get black voting ID, voting ID is they're trying to depress the vote. You can't. Well, what we need voting ID, blah blah blah. And like black people are stupid. I hate, and a lot of it's also there's a lot of black people and leftists who think that, and they always let us feel like we're stupid. No, anybody can get an ID. It's not that hard to get an ID. And here's the funny part: every other country, even countries that are all crazier, war-ridden, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan. You know what they have? If you want to vote. Oh, excuse me. You have to have identification to vote in those countries.
What?
Imagine that. Imagine that. Now, I'm gonna play this for you guys. Because again, New York Times, because again, people need to understand. Another thing people need to understand. Inflation. Yes, inflation is coming down. But inflation is a compound thing. It's a rate that happens every year. Okay? We spend between 2020 and 2022 with the, funny enough, the Inflation Reduction Act.
No, son of a bitch!
Which Kamala was the designing force for that piece of trash. That bill, we spend. America. America. Sure. Okay, sorry. Let me slow down. Slow down, take. We made 25% of America's money in that 3-year period. So the 25% of the money that's circulating right now is made up in that 3-year period because we're stupid. And because the government don't care. And I already showed you a video of Biden's economic advisor don't understand how inflation works and don't understand how money works. Of course, he has an art degree, but he don't understand but he's an economic advisor for the government, for Biden.
You serious?
Yes, I am. So let's listen to this. Let's listen to, again, remember I showed you this. If you ever watched this show in the past, for anybody who's new watching, because right now we're up to 41,922 people. Again, thank you. And this is across all platforms. So if you look at our Facebook, you might see like 3 people. If you look at YouTube, you might see like 4 people. If you look at, but you go to Tempo FM right now, because I got the split right here, but I did the whole thing. You go on Tempo FM, you have 15,000 people watching. You go to YouLive, you got about 5,000 people watching. You go to and I apologize for the coughing. Sorry, I'm going through a little, recovery moment. Nico, you have 2,000 people watching right now in Japan. Nico's in Japan. So there's a combination of all kind of stuff like this. But anyway, I've shown you this before. Where people just watch the headline. When you see the headline, okay, But read the article and go all the way down, almost down to the end. In most cases, you'll find out the truth on the article. Read, read. Use your eyes and read, because the article itself could be full of crap. So let me show you. This, I want to play this for y'all. This is the New York Times, because they don't understand. Like I said, with the inflation, I was talking about the inflation. It's a rate. It's a compound. It's not, oh, well, oh, fish went up this much rate and come back down. It doesn't happen that way. That's not how it works. And I do need to, my wife watching. That's literally why I need that clip. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. That's what it is. I need to hurry up and get that clip for real. But anyway, I want you to listen to this. How the New York Times is so off base. And a lot of these people are educated, but they're not smart. They're really not.
Here's a headline in the New York Times. Their latest polling on people's attitudes about the economy, which is what the number 2 issue in America behind immigration right now. Inflation is basically back to normal. Why do voters still feel blah?
What? What the fuck?
Inflation is not back. If you think that's what it is, you don't understand how prices go. Because again, just because of that, it doesn't drop down like that. It doesn't work like that at all. At all.
Wow, that is just profoundly ignorant. I don't understand. I couldn't believe that reporters didn't get this at the beginning of the conversation. I don't even know. I'm nonplussed about how they can still not get this. Let me read the opening paragraph from the New York Times economic person. Grocery inflation has been cooling sharply, but Tamara Flamer, 27, says that she hasn't noticed. What she knows is that paper plates and meat remain more expensive than they were a few years ago. Yes, you freaking morons. You don't notice a decrease in the increase of prices. It would be impossible.
Exactly.
Nobody could do it. Of the rate, yes. Nobody would notice a slowing of the rate of inflation. It's impossible to notice. It's just it's a dumb concept.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. It goes on. Voters say they are very focused on the economy as they head to the polls, yet surveys suggest they feel relatively glum about its recent track record. The lingering pessimism is something of a puzzle, says the New York Times. Is it? Is it really? Do you know a single normal human being? You must not, or you would hear people say, I went to what? It's impossible to notice. It's a dumb concept. Exactly. Last night, and it cost $60 for me and the kids. Or I filled up with gas yesterday. I don't know how people do it. Or let me stop you there, Jim. Let me stop you there. Now, Wendy's went from $52 to $60 in the course of 17 months. Now it's only gone from $60 to $62 in the course of the last 9 months. So as you can see, inflation is cooling. A jam their hamburger right in your face if you tried that to somebody. What did ban these people? Where do they live? Mars? I don't know. And like I said, do you not have a single normal friend? Not one in your circle who ever walks in and, at a party and says, man, I stopped by the liquor store. I got this bottle of wine. It used to be $8. Now it's 15. I can't believe it.
Exactly.
That's reality for everyone but people who write economic stuff. It's nuts.
Thank you. That's what I've been saying. That's the crazy part. That's the BS. Jeez.
There's more on this. The lingering pessimism is something of a puzzle, which makes you a moron.
True.
The job market has been chugging along. Overall growth has been healthy, and inflation is back to normal, it says here. How is that a puzzle? Things cost more, way more than they did not very long ago. Period, you morons. And let me speak for thousands and thousands of people listening right now. The job market is hot. Okay, I've still got one job. I used to have one. I still have one. And my wages have not kept up with inflation, not even close.
Yep.
And then I'll shut up about this because it's, I'm belaboring the point, but I actually can't believe it. I find it difficult to believe that the journalists who cover the economy are still saying this crap. 5 days out from a presidential election that Trump is set to win, maybe mainly because of the price of stuff, and they don't get it. I don't understand. Inflation's back to normal. God, you're so dumb. I don't even know where to start with you.
Exactly.
You are belaboring the point, which points to a rise in the belaboring statistics. How do you like that? The belabor market. You just can't be stopped today with your wordplay. You're just a non-stop fountain of wordplay. Like Inigo Montoya over here. Wielding the sword of my words. Yes. I don't know what you call the sub-headline halfway through an article that's in bold, or what, I don't know what you call those things. But anyway, it says here, consumers may focus more on price levels than price changes. Okay, all right.
What I said, people are stupid, individuals are smart. These are not smart individuals.
Well, that's correct, yes. Yes, it is correct and obvious to anyone over the age of 5.
Literally.
Yes. Good Lord. I'm reeling from that one. I thought the beating was about over, and you caught me right in the jibs with that.
Exactly.
I mean, effing consumers worry more about effing prices than the rate of effing change, which they can't observe day to day because they're busy with their real lives.
Yep.
Oh, it's so funny. So I mentioned I was at Target the other day. I get my normal allotment of stuff, and it's $200. It's the first time it's ever been over $200. And I said to the guy, $200? He said, yeah, I know everybody reacts that way. And I should have said to the guy, hey, whoa, back off, buddy. The rate of change is lower, all right? The percentage increase is lower than it was before, so you take it down a notch. I guess I should be happy that it's $200 because it's only gone up 2% in the last month as opposed to the, between 3 and 9% for the previous 3 years.
Yep.
I think that illustrates the case so beautifully. I mean, that would be absurd for you to say that to the cashier, and yet that is essentially the inverse of what they're claiming with a straight face in the New York Times.
Okay, so to believe it again, for people who don't understand that, and that's why I said people don't understand, it's crazy. If you don't understand that, let me break it down a little more easier. Yes, the rate of inflation is lower now, but again, inflation is a compound. So the last 3 years, we have gone up 25%, basically. So now it's 25%, it's 2%. Let's say that it's 2%. The prices of eggs ain't just automatically drop because it's 2% now. That's not how it works. And also, it's only 2% of the increase for the next because inflation is compound. That's the dumb part. So, like they said, these are economical people in New York Times, and they don't understand that. And that's why I laugh with Biden's economic advisor has an art major and don't understand how money's made. That's crazy. Anyway, let's get back. And again, I want to play this because literally they're pissing on you. Look at you. You know what? Let me bring my receipts. Watch this right here. This is Mayor Brandon Johnson. Listen to the rhetoric that this person does. This is a black mayor in Chicago run by Democrats, straight up Democrats. Now, a lot of illegals come in there because the stupid mayor before them was like, oh, well, we're a sanctuary city. Kind of they were pestering in January, and then when Texas said, okay, you're a sanctuary city, okay, here's the illegals. And they're like, oh, I don't like this. A lot of black people in Chicago are angry with them. But here is the solution by this mayor. They already don't spend millions of dollars already. But here's the solution to fix the problem for the illegals. And listen to how he says it. which is the most holy moment to me.
To ensure that we don't lay people off, to ensure that we hold our obligations, to make sure that we continue to make sure that we invest in housing and youth employment and mental health and safety. That is why this budget currently includes a property tax increase of $300 million to fund and keep our commitment to fund not just our pension contributions, but to fund the future of our city. When it came down to either mass layoffs, curbing vital city services, or an increase in property taxes, I would certainly much rather tax the rich.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What is that?
I'd rather tax the rich. Property taxes don't only hit rich people, you piece of crap. It hits everybody, even the poor. It hits everybody. That's the bull crap these a-holes be doing.
You piece of loser.
Be doing. That's how they do it. Lay it off. How about there's a lot of private companies who had to lay off people. Why? Because they couldn't make money. So how about, I have no problem laying off city people. Sorry, government workers, piss off. Lay you off because I'm sorry. You get guaranteed money off of me if I don't work. But you're going to get taxes for me no matter what. If I'm broke, you're going to still try to tax me.
But I did have to make the choice to increase our property taxes. And I understand that today I'm asking families to lean in yet again and do a little bit more in order to make sure that their neighbors are not laid off and to make sure that we don't have to cut vital city services.
You already don't cut a lot of the cops services, and you see how Chicago is basically a piece of crap right now. Sir, you just said rich people. Now you just said families. You literally double speak. This is what I said. And again, if they raise the property taxes, you know what's going to happen? Some of you people out there, your rent's going to go up because the landlord has to pay those property taxes. God, people don't understand. This is why I did those econ 101 videos. Because people don't understand how simple economics work. This moron right here don't know what it is.
I know that across the city, working families make tough decisions every day. God knows that I do.
Yeah, so why don't you just lay off the people so you can save the money and stop taking taxes to give the money to the illegals? Because you already don't give $100 million to the illegals already. I think it's $1.something billion already you give to the illegals. I mean, Anton going to the numbers, but yeah.
And whether it's the cost of childcare, paying utilities, certainly I know the challenge of paying utilities.
No, you don't, because you're a government employee who makes a lot of money. And two, it's funny when he talk about for the kids and stuff. He does not put his kids in public schools. His kids is in private schools. A lot of this, what do you call it? The teachers unions kids. Like I showed a video before, but you can look it up yourself. A lot of the teachers unions do not put their kids in public school. They put majority of their kids in private school.
And even going grocery shopping and buying food for our families, I know adding to those tough choices is not easy. But this was the best option that I have at this time.
No, it ain't.
I disagree. I tend to think that the best option for Brandon Johnson and Chicago and the aldermen was to actually not participate as a sanctuary.
Oh, our car's been.
Exactly, as a sanctuary city.
To align themselves with Republican states and cities to say that we need to shore up our border and make sure that we're not letting in people illegally while at the same time taxing the citizens more and then divesting your resources in order to make sure that these people is taken care of. It's so funny because literally a month ago, I just talked about how Chicago signed another, not the first, another $100 million staffing contract to ensure that they continue to serve migrants, and we don't even know who the owner of these companies are. Give yourselves a round of applause for everybody that is in Chicago or any of these urban cities that is in chaos and turmoil right now, prior to election season. I'm talking about New York. I'm talking about Chicago. I'm talking about Oakland. I'm talking about Denver. I'm talking about Houston. All of these places that allocated monies, your tax dollars, to take care of people that never put into the tax system. And now it is affecting small town after small town after small town after small town across the United States of America. Give yourselves a round of applause for voting in people who I personally said it made no sense whatsoever for you guys to let into office, especially right after Lori Lightfoot that did a number on y'all prior to him, and he was going to be 10 times worse. Give yourselves a round of applause. They're still facing a $942 million budget deficit come 2025. They're still facing a $250 million deficit in 2024. And now he's doing the very thing that he told y'all that he wouldn't do, which is raise property taxes. That is the thing that he ran on. He ran on no higher property taxes, even though last cycle they had already raised property taxes in Cook County. And then they're going to raise it again, and you're going to have to dig into your pockets. And you know what he wanted to do? You know what he wanted to say? You know what he tried to do? He wants to then levy more taxes on people that are the employers that is basically fleeing the state of Chicago, fleeing the state of Illinois, and fleeing the city of Chicago. They have a vacancy rate that is out of control right there in the the Miracle Mile. They have migrants that are fighting each other in front of there. They're merging shelters to have homeless and migrants now become one. With the power of one, they're forming together like Voltron. And you, the taxpayer, we told you, we warned you, and then I also told y'all that, listen, I don't know if y'all really understand, but y'all are the ones that's going to be paying for this. You can't tax your way to success.
He's correct. Because all they care about is, and that's what I said, if there's any proposition on any tax, on anything, I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat, no new taxes, none.
Taxes! Taxes! Beautiful, lovely taxes!
Thanks for taking my money, asshole.
A bright young lady right there. Very bright woman. She has a bright future. So let me help you with that. I want to bring this up before I end this up in this situation. So let's go to lovely California. Here we go. California. Governor Newsom signed this.
Governor Gavin Newsom has signed a new law that aims to prevent gas prices from spiking here in our state. Proponents say it will save Californians billions of dollars at the pump. Critics call it political theatrics. KTLA's Annie Rose Ramos live this morning in Arcadia to explain how it works. Annie Rose, good morning.
Hi, Frank. Good morning to you. Well, it's no surprise Californians pay more than anywhere else in the country. The state average right now, right around $4.60. So we have been spending the morning looking for cheap gas. We're over here in Arcadia, just off of Live Oak Avenue. You can see here, well below the average of the state, $3.99 for regular gasoline. Now compare that, though, to what the rest of the country is spending. Tough to hear, but that national average is right around $3. Now, Governor Gavin Newsom yesterday signing that new controversial law meant to prevent prices from spiking.
This is a big damn deal. Big oil, they continue to lie and they continue to manipulate. And they're taking advantage of you. And they're screwing you. They've been screwing you for years and years.
Now, you have been screwing the California people for years and years, because y'all want this clean, whatever gas you have. Again, go to I could tell you from LA, they got the most dirtiest air in LA. So it's kind of like oxymoron in that bull crap. One. Two, remember, they're like, oh, you should have electric vehicles. When you sign that electric bill, that you should have electric bill by I think it was 2035 or 2030. I can't remember. But whatever, electric bill. 6 months after that, he was like, oh, can you guys not charge your cars because it's running the grid? Oh, no craps, Mr. Government. You slick hair piece of crap. You piece of loser. Same guy who basically said, oh, you guys, I'll put anybody in jail who goes out there who don't wear a mask, but went to the French restaurant, spent thousands and thousands of dollars for his friend's birthday, and he didn't have no mask on. They're heretics. And again, let me help you. I'm going to play the rest of the news broadcast, but let me help you on this point right here. The bill is to hold more gas in California, the special gas they made. So they're going to make, here's the thing. It's two things I got to bring this up. I got to bring this up because it just hit my head right now. Two things I got to bring up. So let me get this straight, Gavin, as new scum, you piece of crap human. You won't sign a bill, like I said earlier in the show, to build reservoirs so you can hold more water. No, that you want to have more water, which is very important to life. You want to sign a bill to make reservoirs for more water, but you want to make reservoirs for so there can be making reserves for gas. Okay, all right. Let's logically think this out now. So you're forcing the gas companies to, if they want to do gas in California, to build reservoirs for gas. All right. Who's gonna pay the money to build those reservoirs for the gas? Californians is gonna pay for it. Ain't this piece of crap on the screen that you see? It's Californians. What would the gas company do? They're gonna pass on the prices to the customers. Every corporation, any new taxes, any new thing that costs crazy by the government, always get passed on to two people: the customers and the workers. That's it. That's why I always said oppose all new taxes. And also, when gas prices got crazy in 2022, right? Biden went and said, hey, we're going to open up the reserve for national, which basically the oil reserves for America. That brought down gas by 3 to 5 cents, depending on which state you are. And that only lasted for a week. So this is just, all these morons you see around him, they're morons. And this ain't gonna bring down not a damn lick of gas prices. Because I guarantee you, let's just say Kamala Harris wins whatever. Next year, summertime, it's going back to $8 a gallon. This is nothing. But let me play it out so you can see, because Nevada and Oregon has a little something to say too. They're stupid states too, but at least the governors understand simple, at least sometimes it's simple stuff. Not all people are stupid, but geez, you see what I'm talking about.
So let's get into this new law. It requires oil refiners in the state to hold minimum fuel reserves. Doing so, the governor argues, will result in more fuel supply, which in turn should lead to lower prices at the pump and prevent price.
You see all that right there? That's the reserve right there. You telling me the gas companies are gonna just literally gonna build this and not pass the prices on to the customers? Get the F out of here with that.
Spikes should refineries have to temporarily go down for planned or unplanned maintenance. But the oil industry pushing back, now saying these increased regulations will force refineries to hold on to their supplies instead of releasing it.
Exactly.
Nothing in this legislation does anything to lower the price of gas.
The reality here is that there's been promises made here that are not going to be kept. And mark my word, gas prices are going to be up, not down.
And this morning, we're hearing from Chevron, sending a letter to California legislative leaders urging them to reject this law, saying it could create new costs and burden Chevron's California operations, hurting their employees, increasing their costs. And the governors of Arizona and Nevada
Which are Democrats.
Also speaking out, sending the governor of California letters concerned this proposal will increase gas prices in their states. But back here in L.A., at the local pumps, we met a man named Darren who says he's growing tired of these prices. What do you think about the prices?
It's just ridiculous. The gas is just, I hope they can get control of it pretty soon. And we can live, live peacefully, live happily, budget our money a little bit better.
Governor Gavin Newsom going on to say we're not going to see these prices go down until about this summer. That's when he expects.
What? Of course, the summer. Okay, $3.99 right now at that gas station. Basically, California's at $4. How much you want to bet next year? Trump or Kamala? I don't care. Gas prices are going to be above $6. How much you want to bet?
Expects this law to really go into effect and make an impact. Important to note here, this law, it's not going to be forever. It's going to last until 2032, and then
that's BS. We know how they're going to do it. That's bull crap.
It's up to the state legislature to extend it or end it.
It won't last. It won't last. Yeah, I'm going to build a tank, and then what I'm going to do, just get rid of the tank for gas? That don't make no logical sense either. While California is in their stupidity, let's go to another state. Let's go to Florida and see what happened. Let's hear some other people talk about this.
Remember gas prices under President Trump being a lot lower. But how low were they? Well, according to the U.S. Department of Energy, gas prices hit $1.84 per gallon national average under President Trump.
Oh, and I remember those days. I remember I was getting 174. I think the lowest I got was 160 at a gas pump. Oh, those were the good old days. Crazy.
And that's the price we're going to charge people today at the I-9 Food Mart in downtown Tampa Bay. Now, this is an area that has been hit hard by 2 back-to-back hurricanes. The people here are hurting, and gas was just delivered for the first time at this station. So we've got an intertime machine. We're going to roll the prices back to $1.84 per gallon. And as a special bonus to the people who are attracted to that price, we're just going to buy them a whole tank of gas, right? It's time to help out our fellow Americans and our fellow Floridians. Let's go. Trump gas prices. $1.84 was the price of gas when President Trump was president. So we were going to be giving away gas at that price today and see if people want to make gas cheap again. Let's go. There it is.
I do.
We did it.
I did it.
We did it. Yes.
I got you.
Bam. Mean tweets cheap gas. As soon as we flipped that price back to Donald Trump presidency pricing, we created a parking lot, shut down a whole city block, and people couldn't be happy. Check it out. Let's fill up your tank.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you.
I got you. Here we go. I got you.
Hallelujah, Lord. Hallelujah.
Because that truck right there would take a lot of gas, at least $100 worth of gas, if with regular prices.
Hallelujah, Lord. Hallelujah.
We're rolling. We love you.
I love you,
We
baby.
love you.
I love
We love you.
Bless the you all, you know what I'm saying?
We're out here for our fellow Americans. America first.
Oh, Lord, I thank you.
We're going to do Trump gas prices today.
Trump?
Yes.
I will support that.
You're not being punked. We're paying for your gas today.
Wow. And you know what? I said this a long time ago, but I've been Trump because he did a lot for me, even in the past. But if it's a Trump price, bro, I'm all for it.
Oh my goodness.
You are ready to go.
Please.
All paid.
I love this. Thank you, guys. Please make gas cheap again.
Make gas cheap again.
Yes.
Make gas cheap again.
Yeah, make gas cheap again.
Make gas cheap again.
Make gas cheap.
That's right.
Make everything cheap again.
Yeah. That's right.
Shoot, not just gas, everything.
What if Trump gets in and gets the presidency? What was your message to him?
Hey.
Make track gas cheap again. Trump was the he had the going on. They might not like him because he got an attitude. We all got a attitude. Attitudes move things. You got to have a little attitude and a little charisma to know what the hell is going on with this world. Yes.
You voting Trump?
Yeah, I'm voting Trump.
Right.
Because, literally, he about our country,
That's right.
Make gas cheap again, and then on top of that, like he was saying, dig here.
instead of going, I mean, he a businessman.
Yes.
I mean, it's literally it.
Drill, baby,
Baby drill.
I work for myself, literally. I'm a mechanic. You know what I mean? Like, literally. And it's only because he gave me the opportunity to do it.
Are you a mother?
Yes.
Was it easier when groceries were cheap, gas was cheap for your mom?
Yes, we need a bet ASAP.
Trump. No Kamala, no Biden. I love you, Trump.
It was cheap. It was better. America was great. Not a lot of unemployment people. So before, when we have Trump, that was the best time, man. After Biden got the president, that's the worst time that we has passed. We need Trump.
Yeah, that's Latinos, but I gotta say this too. Again, the U6 numbers is what we need. Go and check out the U6 numbers. Do not check the unemployment numbers because again, they don't count part time. It's just stupid. The numbers are and they fraudulent. I hate those. Once I've learned that long time ago, I never. U6 is job participation. They were 60-year high with Trump. It's a 60-year low with Biden. So yeah.
Trump back to the president. Be president of 2025.
Yes.
No Kamala, sorry.
No communism.
No communism. No.
No communism.
Never.
Not in America. This is
Free
America.
United States. This is America.
Yes, that's right. You got a message, Donald Trump?
I need him back in the chair. He know that money flow.
Put Trump back in the chair.
Money flow.
What's your message to people who made the gas prices so high and the grocery prices so high?
They waxing. Making it hard for black people to live.
I remember when it was 26 cents a gallon.
20.
I remember when it was 89 cents a gallon. Ooh, those were the days. Those were the crazy days. But you get the point of that. And I'm happy that he did that for those people down there. That's good. Bless them. A lot of people get that. You see that lady? She said, "Thank you, Lord." That's what it is. And speaking of that, let's finish up with this. So there you see how gas prices go in different states and how the situation is set up. But before that, let me finish with one more thing. All right. So we're gonna talk about one more thing before we're done. This is about God. So, did I think Trump was a religious person before his assassination? No. I'll be honest with you. No. I think after nearly dying, he has changed. And that is very important. Okay? That's very important. So, remember, all Kamala have, and I've done a video about that too, about how men are for economy, more younger women are for abortion, which is a weird concept. I don't get that concept. Young ladies, what are y'all thinking? No man's controlling your bodies. Y'all control sex. Unless you got raped, you're controlling sex. So if you have multiple forms of birth control, you have the after morning pill, and again, you got abortion in the first trimester after that. But to have abortion up until birth, like we did with again, I showed a video with Virginia's governor when he said that. That's crazy. That's all y'all care about. And when people say, and I had a video to show about the one that Beyonce was at in Texas, where all they talk about, they won't talk about no other policies than abortion. That's the only policies they talked about. Where Kamala used that stupid line that she used last time, which of course, when young guys were going out saying, "The Lord is our, Jesus is our King, Jesus is our King," and she said, "Oh, take it to the smaller rally up there. We don't need that here." Blah blah blah. Okay, all right. Let's go straight to it. Again, I'm a Christian. There's many things. The reason I'm a libertarian and the reason I can't be for a lot of Democrat politicians, including like Kamala, whatever, because of this. Again, I already don't give my point now because my friend's family died because of her decision. Directly linked it to her decision, got killed, and also the kind of despicable thing she did to the truancy parent, which I showed that clip, showed that video about that. But it's funny now she going to these black churches, but oh yeah, I'm for the Lord and all that stuff. She grew up Hinduism. I ain't got nothing against people who grew up Hindu. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't pretend. That's the part that killed me. And I can't go with the Democrat Party because my morals do not align with them at all. Well, they're for black people. I don't give a flying flip if they're for black people. My morals do not go with race. My morals go with me and my family. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. There's black people who kill more black people in this country right now for the last 60 years. Black people. In 2012, you go look this up. CDC again. 2012, there were more babies aborted than born in New York. And in 2020, it happened again. There was more babies aborted than born in New York. We kill ourselves. That's why we are at 30%. We never grow. We kill ourselves by eating horrible food. We kill ourselves by abortion. We kill ourselves by killing each other. That's what we do. That's why blacks has not gone. That's why Hispanics has gone way beyond us. Asian is creeping behind us to pass us. And we've been steady for the last 60 years. But anyway, I like this because it is so true.
We do face a real question. What kind of country do we want to live in?
So Kamala Harris spoke on a Sunday morning at a church in Philadelphia. And she spoke to the congregation and she actually quoted from the Bible, from Psalm 30.
But in times of uncertainty, Scripture reminds us, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. The path may seem hard, the work may seem heavy, but joy cometh in the morning, and church morning is on its way.
Okay, so she's quoting the Bible. Okay, how about...
I like this. The reason I'm playing this clip because you want to play that game, sweetheart. Okay. Knowing your policies and your stands, you want to use the Bible. All right.
That she quote Psalm 139, verses 13 to 16. For you formed my inward parts, you knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written, every one of them. The days were formed for me, when as yet there was none of them. So therefore, as a fertilized egg is then building our body, and while it's still unformed, it's still you, a person. Would she be prepared to quote that? Not only that, would she be prepared to quote Genesis 1:27? So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Oh.
Yes, that's why a lot of people kill when they say God is a woman. No. The Bible said that. No, God ain't no woman. He said he created man first, then he created woman. So I don't understand how people are like, oh, God is a woman. Shut up. Just shut up.
Oh, wait a minute. Humans are made in the image of God. Therefore, what is developing in a mother's womb is a human being made in the image of God. Oh, what about she quote Exodus 20 verse 13, you shall not murder. Oh, we're not to murder a human being. Wait a minute. Fertilized egg, as our body develops in a mother's womb, that's a human being. We're not to murder human beings made in the image of God. Oh, how about she quote Proverbs 6:16 to 17. There are 6 things that the Lord hates. 7 are an abomination to him. And it lists some of those there. And then one of them is this, hands that shed innocent blood. Come on, Kamala Harris. You quote the Bible, Psalm 30. How about quoting these verses that make it very clear that abortion is killing a human being made in the image of God right from fertilization? How about you quote those verses? Oh, and by the way, when you do quote Genesis 1:27, how about quoting the rest of the verse? So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Oh, there's only 2 genders. Oh, God, in his word, the Bible you quoted from says God made only 2 genders. How about you quote that? Oh, what about this, Kamala Harris? How about you quote Genesis 2:24? Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother, hold fast to his wife, and they'll become one flesh. That is the creation of marriage. Marriage comes from the Bible. Do you know who created marriage? Not Joe Biden, not the Supreme Court justices, not Kamala Harris. I tell you who created marriage. God created marriage. And there's only one marriage he created, a man and a woman. How about you quote that verse, Kamala Harris? And she said,
So in just 9 days, we have the power to decide the fate of our nation for generations to come. And on this day then, on this beautiful Sunday morning, I am reminded God expects us to help him.
What a waste.
We got work to do.
Poor children.
You should not be saying stuff.
I got news for you. God doesn't need us to help him. He doesn't need any help. He's the infinite creator God. With him, nothing is impossible. He does not need our help. That is not a biblical statement. I thought you were quoting from the Bible. That's not a biblical statement. Now, God expects us to be salt and light because he's told us to, so we have a responsibility, but he doesn't need our help. And by the way, when it comes to voting, we've got to remember too, when we're talking about leaders, here's what the Bible says in Daniel 2:21. He changes times and seasons. He removes kings and sets up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding. God is in total control. Now, he expects us to take our responsibility seriously, to be light and salt, which is why I believe every Christian should be voting. We're not voting for a pastor. We're not voting for a deacon. Those qualifications don't count. We're not voting for a spiritual leader. But we are to vote to minimize evil and to maximize righteousness. You can't wash your hands like Potiphar because then you say, oh, I'm innocent because I'm neutral. No, you're not. When you wash your hands, you allow a vote. Potiphar allowed a vote to crucify Christ. If you wash your hands and don't vote, you allow a vote for the more evil person. And to finish off with, in the news report, it says this: Harris told the congregation later on,
It is in and within our power to fulfill the promise of America, the promise to create opportunity for every child.
opportunity for every child.
Wait. Exactly. Whoa. What?
Motherfucker. That don't even make no goddamn sense.
Make opportunity for every child, but we could kill our children. Right. I got it. I get it.
Are her parents brother and sister? Can you please leave now? Oh, now I get it. She's a moron.
Child? No. No, you're not quoting correctly there. No, you mean opportunity for every child that we don't kill in a mother's womb.
To protect our basic freedoms.
Oh, no. To protect our basic freedoms, except for the freedom of the child in a mother's womb.
The power to do justice.
What do you mean do justice? Do not murder. Abortion is murder. And here you are advocating abortion right up to birth.
Love mercy.
Love mercy. What mercy do you have on those children that are ripped apart in their mother's womb? What love do you have for those children who are being murdered?
And walk humbly with our God.
Humbly? You mean you being your own God, saying, I'm going to decide who lives in a mother's womb?
We were born for a time such as this. We were born.
Well, I tell you what, Kamala Harris, you may have quoted the Bible, but you don't really believe the Bible. And you only used it for your own purposes. And we need to pray for you and pray for your soul.
Good news. We have My Best Buy memberships for everyone.
I don't know pray for our soul, but like I said before, for me, it is what it is. And I stated earlier. I stated earlier in the video. I said again, you want to go do that? That's your choice. Go ahead and do that. That's your thing. You're gonna answer for your sin. I'm gonna answer for my sin. I don't answer for yours. You don't answer for mine. What it is. But let's not pretend. Let's not pretend and try to bring this to insult people. I was in the car with my wife. We were going shopping, and one thing I was talking to my friend Trip, and I said, you know what? We're going to have a disagreement, and I'm not talking about Trip. It was like I said, when people argue, talk to me, whatever. Again, I don't have to fully agree with you. I understand that. We disagree on some things. I get that. That's life. I understand that. Nobody's going to agree with a person 100%. But the one thing I would say that I cannot forgive a person for, you want to lie? Okay, lie. But when you try to insult my intelligence and pee on me and tell me it's rain, then you know what? I really do not care for you. You are removed from me. Because that is insulting. And that's what that is to me. You want to go kill your baby? Go kill your baby, like I said. That's your choice. And I think I'm not for it. I am definitely not for it. But I am not walking with you 24/7, 365 to see what you do with your life. You want to go open up your legs, go do all this horrible stuff? God. Again, like I said, 90% of abortions are basically done as a birth control situation. Not because of rape, not because of medical. And I was laughing. People were like, well, what about incest? I'm like, I'm thinking if a family member does that, it's either they willingly did it or they did not do it. So it's still rape or not. So that's not my choice. That's crazy in itself. It's still that. But if you're going through that, that's a different story. My friend who had an illegal person who did do that to her, she of course, thank God she didn't get a child out of it or whatever, because she had a boyfriend at the time when she had got that situation, and they are married now. But again, she didn't want to tell about this guy, and I'm like, no, you go tell the cops about this piece of crap person. Did they catch him when? Did they catch this illegal piece of crap when he did that to my friend? No, but 2 years later, when he went and did that to other people, and they built a case with her her case on top of the other women that he did that horrible stuff to do. This man is in jail for life. Another illegal who is in jail for life because of the horrible things that they did. The one who killed my friend and the 2 kids, he's in jail for life. He was an MS-13 13 person. He was a
you piece of loser.
And a person who did that to and to those 2 women, how much women he did that to, I don't know, but he's also
you piece of loser.
Okay, it's crazy. So I just laid out this right here, and I want to say this to anybody out there again. Listen, I do not. I appall violence, and I do not want violence happening next week. I don't. I hope it's too big to rig. I already don't show you they don't start doing stuff already, but I hope it's too big for rig. I really hope so. And yes, I wanted to do the comments. I've seen it now. I apologize. I don't know. I mean, I have to go work tomorrow and everything, so I apologize. Really apologize. My fault. Because I see a lot of people is going in there, and we got up to 40,721 people right now live. I thank you guys for giving me your time, your mind, your eyes, your ears. Listen to what I have to say. Again, next week I don't want nobody to be hurt. I don't. We're living in crazy times now, and it's ridiculous what a lot of people is going through. Just showed you what they're gonna do with gas. I have 2 videos where Joe Biden won, and he used a scandemic. I literally said what would happen. Only thing I got wrong was I thought it would be $32 trillion. I was wrong. It's 30. I just showed you it's gonna be $36 trillion. So we spent $16 trillion in almost 4 flipping years. That's crazy. So if Kamala wins, I will tell you what will happen if Kamala wins. If Trump wins, I'll tell you what will happen if Trump wins. And let's see if my guess is correct. Again, even in the first term of Trump, there's things that he did that I did not like. I will tell anybody that. I wish he didn't follow through with the scandemic at the beginning. Try to correct at the end, but didn't. They should have fired Fauci, who did a lot of horrible damage. He didn't clean the swamp. The swamp needed to be cleaned because the swamp was horrible. That's what you should have done. And again, even though I'm not a fan of Mitch McConnell, he did stop Trump with the nuclear option, which I'm happy. I mean, the nuclear option means that it's a simple vote, simple majority vote, like how Kamala passed that stupid bill, the Reduction Inflation Act, which caused more inflation. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. But people voted for that nonsense. All right. So again, I'm as fair shoot as I could be about this. I have my biases. You have your biases. Anyway, check out the channel before Tuesday. There might be some videos popping up that you might want to check out. Some straight no chases for sure. I think you enjoy that. But anyway, with that said, I want you guys to have a good night. I hope you guys take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your neighbors. That's how you build a great community. Remember, evil comes in all shape, size, color, creed, height, nationality, religion, sex, gender, location. Evil's evil. I stand with good all the way, not none of them evil, all those situations. And of course, last but not least, people are stupid, individuals. Vote no on all taxes, no matter what party you're in. Vote no on all taxes. Right? That said, thank you. Hope you have a good weekend. Hopefully there's no craziness. Check out the channel. Well, I'll catch y'all next week. 8 o'clock hour where we start a new show, and let's see what happens. That said, peace out.